Hey guys, and welcome to the Ordinary Men Who Fight Like Heroes podcast. I am Chris Fearing, and I'm joined at the table by...
Drunks and Dragons,
and Aaron Bass.
Alright, so, inevitably it was going to come down to this, because apparently when I'm not around, this is all you guys fucking do.
This is what it's become like. Leave your friends alone.
So, when once it was like, oh, let's pick up the guys, we'll go get some, fucking fast food, go hang out at my house, Minecraft, tag, watch dumb shit, watch movies, has become,
Or even just play Pathfinder together.
Play Pathfinder together, all the campaigns we have going.
As a group, a bigger group.
Oh my god, Dwarf Game. I miss you, Dwarf Game.
It's already like a loaded statement. I love it. It's just like, we play Pathfinder, and it's just like, there's someone out there who's like, seething. Well, I enjoy your seething, sir. Thank you for being thank you for being angry. But you can't stop us from having fun with all of our different D&D derivatives.
Wait, why is he angry?
That's a story for another time. It's like explaining racism to a naive child.
No. Just like at its core, is he angry because he plays D&D and we play Pathfinder?
Nah, he's angry because we play Pathfinder and he plays like. We play the wrong kind of RPGs. He's sitting around like being like, because he only plays like Death Watch or like fucking Rogue Trader. He plays all like the 40k.
Rogue Trader's fucking cool though.
Rogue Trader's cool as shit. I love it, man. I'm so glad I picked that thing up half off, and it's hilarious. I saw a brand new copy at Duff's, and that shit was like, I'm looking at that, and I was like, that's awesome. Someone else could buy it. Maybe one day we'll run it. Not really, though. And who's gonna fucking buy this fucking $50 book? I bought it at $25 because I found it in a half-off book, man. Half-off bookstore. Wherever you find them, go buy it. Buy all your role-playing games that use bookstores if you're buying yesteryear's editions.
Hell
yeah. Support your local used bookstore and buy the shit out of the role-playing section, because why not?
But still go to your big, huge chain bookstores so I can keep receiving my paycheck.
Well, you don't have to take my word for it.
Yeah, but you don't have to take my...
I was gonna... Yeah, perfect segue. Because as much as I'd like to talk about, good games... These guys... What do you mean? I'm saying the absolute truth. But these guys have delved into the
Delve, you say?
Dank stank sewers of Magic the Gathering.
We're not slumming it.
To be fair, okay, so we're playing Magic the Gathering, and we're playing the most casual Magic the Gathering possible. If you're like, oh man, maybe this podcast...
You mean casual, all the time?
No, I'll get to that, though. Someone's like, oh man, fucking Ordinary Men If I Like Heroes doing podcasts talking about Magic the Gathering. Maybe I'll pick up some pro tips. My pro tip is, don't spend fucking money on this game. This game is fantastic. Buy a bunch of cards. Don't actually, try to be in the tournament scene. That's nuts.
Did you say not spend money on this, but buy a bunch of cards?
Yes.
What we're saying is, it's impossible to play this game without getting sucked in.
It's impossible to play this game
unless
without
you have a strong will.
It's impossible to play this game without spending money, but it's possible to play and have lots of fun and not spending shit tons of money. Because if you try to be in the tournament scene, that's really difficult.
I want to play Legacy without proxies, so I'm just going to drop about $2,000 on, all the decks and all the cards.
I'm probably going to be really, really quiet for most of this podcast, other than, making mean comments here and there, because I'm not really going to understand a fucking thing these guys are talking about.
You want to make it about Magic?
That's, majority rule. You guys really like this, so I figured you wanted to talk about it. Besides, I can't really say too much about buying a bunch of shit, because I fucking love Disney Infinity.
And
have a shit ton of the figurines because they're fucking awesome.
I know, it's fine. It gives us a nice, someone...
True that.
No, it's cool, because then it gives us, the outsider we can speak to, so we're not just, expositioning to, the outer space.
That makes sense.
If me and Aaron had this conversation, and we're just, explaining shit...
It would go off into this weird...
It'd be like this weird pocket of our, our own around-the-table meta, where we're fucking can't get past all my goblins, and it's just no one knows what I have in my goblins deck. Obviously they're gonna guess, well, you have goblins, right? And it's I have 17 land and a bunch of Brightstone rituals and goddamn spike shots. I have one reckless one in there. You know what happens after he hits the field when I've already had Krenko? That motherfucker will be 20-20, 40-40. It'll be stupid.
The day that happens, I don't know if we'll be playing again.
I'll probably have to go upstairs and masturbate or something the day that happens. That'll be a goddamn miracle. The fucking moons will be aligned and the planet will fucking explode. Fucking Mayans
the deck will set on fire and shit.
The Mayans will be rising out of the ground to tell us about fucking how to make hamburgers. I don't even know what'll happen.
And then he'll floop this pig.
Yeah, I know, right? Fucking, I love that. Man, I want to get that game. I saw that game.
We have that game at the store now.
I saw that game at Dust, but then it wasn't that game. It turned out it was Adventure Time for Munchkin.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I was like, wait a second, and I looked at the top, and I was like, this is Munchkin.
You can fucking play as the characters.
Okay, so if you don't know what Munchkin is, just in case for some reason you don't know what Munchkin is.
I've actually not played that one, so
Munchkin is
like
Munchkin is a fantastic, hilarious, easy, fun D&D parody card game that uses cards where you kick open dungeons and fight monsters and crazy comedy, kooky characters. It's all, but it is all that shit, and most of the shit is puns, actually. So I think, yeah, most of the shit is awful puns.
I just need to put this out there.
It's funny though. It's fun.
Aaron, say your classic line.
I get the horrible puns.
Okay, and for anyone out there who actually listens to this, just so you can know this for future reference, if you want to comment the worst puns you know, this motherfucker is going to cringe at every single one of them or have heard them before.
Because everyone tells me they're puns.
That's true.
Because a long time ago I made the mistake of saying that. And now I live a life.
Now
as
puns.
a former shadow of what it once was.
Aaron gets a call at 2 a.m. in the morning on a fucking Tuesday, and he's like, hello? And Puns is on the other line I will find you. I have a particular set of skills. And I'm not a particular
set of puns. And you will know them all.
I'm a particular kind of humor. I will find you. And when I do, I will kill you.
That's what happened. I am already dead.
That is not even a pun in and of itself. It'd have to be, I don't even know. I don't even know how he'd end it. Puns would probably end with a pun and then hang up, and then part of you would die.
Yep. Puns.
But when I come after you, I will come calling.
It's a joke that's worn a little too thin.
But it's still funny because he still cringes to this day.
But still, we find really just some goddamn delicious awful puns. And I tell you what,
Pun pie.
I like puns, and I think they're funny. I also think puns that are super stupid are also cool, because I like awful things for some reason.
It's like, Aaron, would you like this delicious chocolate-covered caramel? And he's like, fuck yeah! And he pops it in his mouth, and you're like, ha, it's a chocolate-covered pun. And he just goes, blah, 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 and vomits all over the floor.
That's essentially correct.
Yeah,
Anyway.
But anyway, back to shit that doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
I was to say, speaking of vomiting. No, I'm just kidding. I really
Cool.
don't have any fucking. I have some decks that I think are good, but they're probably not going to stand up against tournament decks. But they're kooky, and it's always fun to see people's reactions when I pull out the dwarf deck that has dwarves. The storyline of Magic has moved far and away from the land that had dwarves. So dwarves haven't not been in Magic in new cards in a day and an age. So it's just all of a sudden there's this dwarf mountain walker, and everyone's just like, "Oh, the fuck is happening?" They're looking at this dwarf grunt. He's got mountain walk. He's a 1/1, and it's just they're like, "The what?" They're surprised. They're surprised because I'm just surprise! Every creature in my deck is a dwarf. What are you gonna do about that? And then they'll win because the dwarf deck, unfortunately, doesn't really have the hard ass crazy punch that I need to win. It's not like my red green deck that's just
That thing's a monster.
Yeah, that thing has blood rush in it too.
In case, for the people that can't actually see, when he started, what deck were you just talking about?
Dwarf deck. Red green deck.
His red green deck. I'm not really looking directly at him, so when he did that, all I see at the corner of my eye is what looks like him making a circle with one hand and then fisting through it with the other fist. So that's
accurate description of what happens when you play against it.
Okay, well, see, there we go. So
no, man, I fucking will clear most I've been able to almost kill Aaron
with an elvish mystic,
quite literally murder his friend at the table.
Quite literally. So Aaron has 20 life. And I've got an elf mystic who's a 1/1, which means he's got 1 health point himself, and he's got 1 goddamn attack power. And it's turn 3. Then I swing at Aaron, and Aaron's like, "Oh, it's just an elf mystic. I might need my guy to do something silly crazy, so I'm just gonna let myself get hit."
So then all of a sudden,
I blood rush all these monsters onto it, and then all these spells, and then instead of Aaron getting hit for 1 damage, he gets hit for 18, and he started
out of my
20 life. He gets hit for 18 by a creature whose default attack power is 1, because I boosted him as attack power up to like goddamn 9, and then made him double strike so he hits twice, all in one like go, and it's just like, huh? And it's just like, like it's a deck that if you let it crash down upon you, will crash down upon you. Ever since I readjusted it so I had like all the little helpers, it's been so much better. I've won so many more matches.
It's damn solid with those wolves.
And it's because
being able
like
to keep the
all the monsters, they can be just chucked out of your hand to give a creature a boost of power for the round. It's called Blood Rush. And because of that, it means that you don't need to worry about wondering, do I have any spells to make monsters good? Because it's your creatures. And your creatures
They
are
tried to
also
do
your
that with
creatures.
heroic. I mean, with freaking Bestow. You know, in the new
Bestow.
set with Theros.
Yeah, but that's
and it's
like
not as good.
It's nowhere near as effective, but it's more permanent. But it's not as effective, I don't think. But like, so you got these creatures, and then you don't need to worry about spells to make them better because they make each other better by just like chucking who you need or who you want. So that's all taken care of. Now you can focus the rest of your deck on like solving other problems, because I like to have decks that have multiple like answers for situations that you may or may not happen. Every single one of my decks has something to take care of an artifact. Even if it's just like a single smelt card. Even if it's just a single fucking what do I is it shatter?
Right now, Chris is making a note to never let us talk about Magic again.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's like he's just like never
Yeah.
do this again.
but you know,
yeah.
we're also, you know, co-founders of this podcast. So
If anybody can hear this,
talk
help
about
me. This is what happens when I just let them talk. It gets to this and it doesn't stop.
Nonsense.
I'm going to die.
Hold still. I see that mosquito you were flipping around at earlier. Wait, he's fucking right. He's going to let. Did you get him?
we're actually podcasting from a campfire right now.
Yeah, it's like we're podcasting outside. Yeah, it's just you hear the campfire. That's the worst.
Let me rip open
campfire.
this bag of marshmallows. When they put them in crinkle bags, I don't know.
Oh man, y'all, let me see these marshmallows. First, you take the marshmallows, you put them in the tin foil, then you put them over the fire.
Oh my God, it's a bear!
Man, you know what I've never been? Camping. You know what I hate in video games? Campers.
That's a grade A segue right there. Grade A. I have no idea what we're segueing to, but I think it's a good one.
Any game where you have to like camp or go camping or just like use campfires to your advantage is fucking stupid.
Wait, what?
Why, Justin? What game is like that?
Man, I'm gonna stab you. For no reasons.
I told you I was gonna die.
Alright, no, seriously though, fucking, if there's a game where your elite strategy can be just sit with a really good gun in a corner and just pull the trigger when someone just walks by, that's silly. That's
Counter-Strike.
some matches in actually. Fucking the zombie mode in Halo Reach. I love that mode, but there are just some little nooks that people have found out that you can jump into, and it's the first faggot with auto aim on who can get to that corner and just pistol everyone to death.
Yeah.
It doesn't become fair when you play for 2 minutes and someone already has 20 kills. I'm sorry, but you can't camp Magic.
God damn it, he went back to Magic. I was like, oh my
That's
God,
right.
we're out of the woods. I can see the sun.
No, seriously.
It's like, no.
Can you camp in Magic? I don't think.
I think you can, what is called dirtling, where you,
Wait, what? That's actually what it's called?
yeah, it's a stupid...
What in the fuck?
Magic is stupid
I'm just as
terms.
confused as you are. Okay, no, Magic terms are silly, but I'll tell you what though, it's still like a fun, decent game that like requires a bit of strategy, has really nice artwork.
Can't see it, but I'm shaking my head no.
Fucking, it does have nice artwork.
It does have cool artwork.
It has cool artwork, and I'll tell you what, you fucking look at Yu-Gi-Oh cards and you look at Magic cards and you're like,
this is the same thing.
no, you're not.
How dare you, sir?
No, one of those is much classier looking, and a pro tip, it's the Magic cards. Actually, Pro Deck Box, Ultra Pro Deck Box, it's the Magic cards. They're much nicer looking than Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yu-Gi-Oh's been around
Give
for a
us
while.
your money, Pro Deck Box.
That's true. This thing is fucking pro looking as shit.
Yeah, like...
I just like the fact that they've got cool symbols on the box itself.
Yeah,
We are currently surrounded by Magic merchandise around this campfire.
I am
Yeah.
drowning in it, unfortunately.
Man, I only have like 11 decks, and they're all
only 11
decks.
Thank you. Only 11 decks. Like,
Even
man,
I'm gonna say
but
only
only
11.
like a few of them are like really like solid. There are some others in there that are like, oh yeah, like I forgot I had my white-black deck. That shit's. That's
Oh,
because
your racist deck.
No, it's because it's fucking Nyx and it's stupid because it's enchantments. It's got nice synergy, but it takes 2 forever. It takes like 1-2 million steps to get to where it's going.
Yeah, you need.
If you get
all
it
of the
firing on all
creatures.
cylinders, it's kick ass. If you don't, you're like, man.
How many decks do you have, Aaron Bass?
I believe I have 9, maybe 9.
Oh, you
okay.
He's
Not
only got
so
2
bad.
more.
And one of them I don't even really play, and the other one's that black-green deck I don't even really play.
What about
I
Derek?
need to count,
No, Derek has like the fewest number of decks, but there's one deck he always has, and that's green.
and it's even been
And it's-
disassembled, but it comes back, and it is a beast.
No, you gotta understand.
You break
You gotta
it, but it
understand.
regenerates.
Derek's green deck. First of all, Derek has a lot of luck. He's like pulled planeswalkers out of some of the random packs he's bought. So he's got like Derek's got like a deck, and you're like, okay, it's chock full of woods, so it's all gonna be green. What's green about? High ass mana ramp and big ass monsters. Big ass monsters and generating the mana quickly so that you can throw down these things. So he's got fucking just amazing mid-range monsters that just show up super soon. It's like turn 2, Derek has 4 monsters. Turn 2, you're like, I'm putting down my second land, I have no monsters. Derek's punching you in the goddamn face for a quarter of your health.
Yep.
You're like, oh god, why? And then Derek's got 2 copies of this special artifact bow that can like heal him, shoot flyers in the face, make monsters tougher, gives all of his monsters like fucking death touch
when they attack.
so like
Shit.
he's got 2 of these bows. He's got the goddess that wields that bow.
Yep.
And that thing's like an invulnerable enchantment, and then it becomes its own creature when there's enough creatures on the field for it and shit. And then like he's able to like give bonuses with that. Derek's green deck is just nasty, and just when you think it couldn't get any worse, he casts Howl of the Night pack, and then all of a sudden there's fucking goddamn 8-10 goddamn wolf tokens on the field, and you're just like, I can't block all of this shit. He's gonna get me because I have like 3 monsters, and he just summoned goddamn 10 of them, plus the dudes he already has. He just swings with everybody, and then it's like, I block 3, and then you take the other fucking 10 half your life damage.
And then Derek has a mill deck.
And then Derek has a mill deck now.
The hell is that?
Okay, so there's this one really fun strategy that's super fun to play against. That's so fun. So fun. Your friends will fucking love you for it. You're the best kind of
I can
human.
feel the love.
You're the
I feel
best
we're
human
getting to the
being.
core of the problem.
You're the best human being if you have the strategy. So there's a thing called mill, where you have your library of your cards, and you draw them, and these go into your hand, and in
One of the
like
rules-
theory, you spend your cards. If you have too many cards in your hand, you have like 8 cards, you have to discard them to go to the graveyard.
One of the rules of Magic is if you run out of cards from your deck and you try and draw again, you
and
lose.
there's no
No.
So mill decks deliberately send cards straight from your deck into your discard pile.
Okay.
So what will happen is, turn 1, Derek put down an island. I can't remember how much Tome Scour is. How much is that?
1.
2? Is it 1?
1, yeah.
So, okay, here's Derek's turn 1 with his mill deck. He puts down 1 blue mana. He then taps it and Tome Scours. 5 cards of your 60 card deck go into your discard pile.
You never
And
touch them.
And you can't use them. You never touch them. And you're just sit there flipping cards over, hoping to God it's nothing valuable. You're like, please don't be my shit, I could have used that land. Oh no, there's this monster I was looking for. And you're just like losing dudes. And then Derek's also got my copy that I gave him of fucking Traumatized, which
yeah.
was stupid. But I did.
That,
I'm like,
that just
here,
gets
Derek,
rid of
here's-
half your deck.
Yeah, of what's currently there. Derek's like, here you go, Traumatized. I'm like picking up my thing. Okay, I have 20 cards left. And then there's 10 or whatever. Or I have like, 40 cards? Okay, I'll lose 20.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like, Aaron's discard deck is kookier than that a little bit.
Yeah.
But now it's more brutal.
Yeah.
Somehow. And like, he can mill dudes too. And it gets retarded.
Mine's more creature based. I have like the Hedron crabs that just sit there, and then every time I play a land, you just mill. So I get a bunch of them, and then just keep on
So
milling.
I have to fight decks where fucking cards go out of my library into my graveyard and never even get used. Like, I can't even say that monster died in the fight and be like, oh no, he just went straight there. It's awful.
Shit.
It's awful. But I have one deck that can foreseeably get around it.
What's that?
my white deck, because I have 2 elixirs of immortality, which allow me to take my entire graveyard and the elixir when I spend it and shuffle them into my library so I can reset that shit.
Nice.
Aw, yeah, elixir of immortality. Because I chuck some artifacts into my white deck. It's got a bunch of old knights and shit in there, and paladins, and fuck, I like it. It's rough, though.
It's a good deck. It's got some really strong creatures in there, too.
Man, your vampire deck, I helped Aaron make his vampire deck by just going, "You're vampires." Actually, I could give you my other copy since he's not being used of that same dude.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I could use that
What's
guy.
his fucking name?
Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau.
He is like Tommy Wiseau in some
A
ways.
little bit. He's a fucking fine ass bloodthirster motherfucker.
Yeah.
Or blood, no. Yeah, whatever it is, bloodthirst, whatever the fuck that ability is.
It's Bloodthirst. Yeah.
Bloodthirst? Yeah, okay. Alright, I sound pro.
We's pros.
We're pro as fuck, but nah. Magic is a fun game, and if you can play it casually and get your hands on a bunch of cards, buy like 1,000 cards for like $24 or whatever off of eBay or some shit.
No,
People
that's
sell
Find,
shit like that.
find someone else who's trying to kick the habit and take their collection.
Yeah,
And
like,
Mask It
buy
is
their
helping
collection
them.
from. You're
Yes.
helping them. They get a little bit of extra money, and you have a fun card game that you don't have to like expend like fucking a bajillion dollars into, and then just play like with fucking Kexalot decks. Don't even give a shit. We'll go find the rules online and then play with all the kooky ass old cards. Because it makes me sad when you think about all the cool, like millions of cards, and only like a small ass percentage of those actually get played.
Yeah, yeah. There's like 10,000 cards in Magic Live. Like 10,000 different cards they've made.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, it's been around since what?
1991 or some shit like that. It's
Whoa.
nearly as old as we are.
Fuck.
Shit's as old as my brother, if not older. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's good. It's good. There are lots of other card games, collectible or net. Like
Yeah.
Boss Monster. That's a card game.
That's a
not
fun
collectible.
fucking game.
That's good.
Another game we should have contributed to on Kickstarter.
Yep.
I wonder if they're doing another Kickstarter for the second one, or if they actually.
I don't know. It might.
That's like something to go look up very soon. It's
Yeah.
like, go, check.
Unless they made enough money,
Check
they
people.
can just
Go,
go into...
someone for me, go check. Go check to see if they're doing Boss Monster 2, because that would be amazing. Boss Monster's a fun game. You play a fucking boss, like in a 2D side-scrolling dungeon. You build your own dungeon. You draw heroes into your dungeon, and you kill them, and you reap their souls.
It is a fun fucking game.
All kinds of great little sprite bit artwork. It looks like it's on Super Nintendo or something.
References to a bunch of shit.
Once
Oh, yeah.
again, so much love, between your friends when you win by like dicking them out of something, their room that they needed. You can deactivate.
That's nowhere near as bad as, like, say, like, zombies.
Oh,
When you play by zombie rules.
now that is just peace and harmony.
Zombies is just the best game ever. It's a fun game about like a bunch of guys that try to get to a helicopter and stomp on each other's nuts along the way. Also, there's zombies everywhere. Shoot through the zombies. Get killed through the zombies. Just win by a body count.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I do like that additional rule.
Man, I think of all the weird times I've had playing board games recently. I was playing some board games. Played Settlers of Catan. Fucking Anthony,
Probably one of the best board games there's ever been.
man, Anthony.
That's because you win every game.
That's because I'm good. That's because I'm self-sufficient.
I don't know how
I trade
you do
when
it.
I need it. I pick places that are going to give me a shit ton of the same thing.
Man,
Yeah.
Anthony built like on some mountains that had like 2s and 3s and shit, and I was like, holy shit, bro, that's awful.
Well, like...
Did he-
But no, all the dice kept rolling in his favor. He was
Yeah.
like the #1 economy for ore, and then like, you're defying the odds by just what? Like, it was kind of mind melting to see him build as far as he did, like just off of sheer like, haha. I was like, holy goddamn, dude.
Common numbers really don't mean dick in that game.
I
The
guess
dice are going
so.
to roll how the dice are going to fucking roll.
I will have to learn from the master.
I mean, but there's Catan, which is a good game. Excellent fucking game. There's, what have we played? There's Game of Thrones, which I just kind of stay in my own little area, and these guys and the other people we play with fucking duke it out and get, like, super uber pissed at each other, and it is funny as shit.
Man, the Game of Thrones board game, who won last time? No one fought anybody.
I won because it was stupid. It was stupid. I remember that.
We all were like really we were all on peaceful mode, but you just
Yeah.
happened to win by beating up.
Yeah, I think I was in the right place, and I was just able to go. I expand and take King's Landing, and just those things that nobody else is gonna worry about.
I like how we didn't have one combat. I was like,
It was sad.
it was kind of sad actually, considering it's Game of Thrones and we didn't actually do anything. But like,
I guess in Game of Thrones land, that's
it was
the
a
most
good
pro,
practice run.
But
It was a good practice run, I can tell you that.
I actually heard someone refer to Game of Thrones as like the land they're in as Planetos the other day. I thought that's the most stupid but kind of appropriate.
Is that how it's spelled? No, it's Westeros.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the planet that Westeros is on.
It's Planetos. God.
I don't know.
You know, there's some board games that we should actually do some Let's Plays of because they're kooky and I think just offbeat enough. Like, lots of people know about Catan, maybe?
Yeah.
Lots of people may have played Catan, lots of people may have played, like, zombies. But something like Boss Monster, some people are like, what the hell's that? When I show up with it.
Yeah, it's a little bit more from the ground.
And there's a couple other older board games that we have access to that we could play that I think would be pretty good. Like, we got a copy of that Dragon Hunt game or whatever.
And of course, you're talking about playing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The game that shall be not named.
What game?
Or however you do that Harry Potter reference.
What game, Aaron?
Oh, what, Hero Quest?
Yeah,
we can play Hero Quest. Yeah, man, all 14 quests in a row in the afternoon for charity.
And then we'll end up getting trapped in the game because we won't finish.
Apparently, Hero Quest is Aaron Bass's Jumanji.
It is. It is.
Hero Quest is fun, though.
Every time I'm like, what year is it?
Fun fantasy adventure where 4 heroes go into dungeons and fucking kill monsters and get treasure and go on an epic quest to, like, rescue knights or, like, kill a particular evil monster or just all kinds of fantastic stuff. Or, even better, get fucking treasure out of this fucking magic teleporter dungeon. Isn't that just the best? Quest 10 is the best. Quest 10 is my favorite quest. It's no one's favorite quest.
I thought it was Quest 11.
That's the...
We should refer to that as
No,
Quest 11.
No, it is Quest 11. That happens to be Quest 10.
Yeah, but I'm saying we always call it Quest 11, right?
Whatever
To
quest...
fuck with people.
Whatever quest it is. Quest 11, Quest 10, it doesn't matter. That quest is bullshit.
It is.
But beyond Hero Quest, there's also newer board games that we play. That there's like a lot of people may think, man, board games are fucking dumb, but board games nowadays are actually getting like fucking pro as shit.
Yeah.
There's Gears of War.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
like fucking-
Gears of
that
War.
would be a great
fun video
Let's Play.
game, Gears of War.
Yeah.
Super good board game.
And the BioShock Infinite board game.
Hell yes.
That would be great to
I
play.
actually brought that with me.
Man,
Oh, man, you know
we
it's
ought to
fun.
do that.
That's a fucking amazing game, and it's even better if you're like me and you always play as Comstock, because if you got the Ultimate Songbird edition of BioShock Infinite, you get one more handyman to use, because that little handyman figurine came with the Songbird
That's
edition
cheating.
to
Yeah, like, what?
to promo the game before it came out. It's like, here's a figurine. Isn't that cool? So I've got like 5 handymen for Comstock, and the stupid little fucking Vox Populi only have 4. Take that, jackasses.
Well, now I know why you play as Comstock all the time.
Also because I like his side a lot better than Vox Populi.
Well, at least they're honest.
What? Who is honest?
Vox Populi is bullshit. Because they're like just
I
as
don't
bad.
know.
And now you know.
Yes.
Because you played the game and you're like,
Yes.
oh, cool, the Vox Populi are going to be so awesome because they're going up against this dick. And then they're even worse.
Yeah. Yep.
But then beyond that, and there's fucking X-Wing.
Yeah.
And that game is nuts. And we
Fucking-
still need to play with the fucking Millennium Falcon. and the
Fantasy
Slave
Flights,
One.
X-Wing
Yeah,
miniature
we haven't
series.
even done that yet.
And you remember when they came out with like the TIE Aces? They were
Yeah.
like the 2 advanced. They're coming out with a Rebel Aces pack that comes with a blue A-wing and a red B-wing
Huh.
that have like different named pilots, and like they're better versions of those ships.
Nice.
But good God, that's a
Yeah,
fucking
the Fantasy
awesome
Flight
game.
X-Wing miniature series is really fun, easy to get into. Like, you just need table space, really.
Yeah. That's it.
if you're really
No
gonna-
game board to roll out. You just got measures and ships.
Yeah, and if you're looking for Star Wars one-on-one dogfighting combat, but you don't have a copy of you don't have like a computer
Rogue
that can
Squadron.
run like X-Wing
Or X-Wing, yeah.
and you don't have Rogue Squadron, this is the next best thing. But you can like dogfight against your friends. I'll tell you what though, it's worth it if you're going to invest in the game to get yourself a pack of the extra dice,
Yes.
and it's also worth it to get yourself like the other extra expansion packs that are the extra like ships that you already start off with. Get yourself the extra X-Wing. Get yourself
Yeah.
the extra TIE Fighter.
Are they still hard
Get
to
yourself
No.
5 copies of the extra TIE Fighter
With
because
the-
you want to have TIE Fighter squadrons.
With the
Okay,
newer
that's a lot,
series of ships, they've like the Y-wing is the hardest one to get your hands on now.
get? Gotcha.
And the second being the Vader's TIE Fighter. but they realized that a lot of people like to have TIE fighters and X-Wings, so with each set of ships, they produce more X-Wings and TIE fighters.
Okay.
Which is cool, because while you can play the game one-on-one with Rebels versus Empire, one thing we really like to do is sometimes one person, usually you, just because you're usually the DM whenever we play.
Referring to Justin.
Yeah, we'll play as the Empire, a shit ton of ties and like tie advanced and all this kind of stuff, and then the rest of us will each pick like a singular rebel ship, and we'll get points distributed between the two factions, and then like fix them out, and it's fucking awesome because you're setting up fucking maneuvers and shit like that. There was one time we even got Drew in on it, and he fucking enjoyed the hell out of that game.
Yeah, man, that was good. I fucking swept last time I played Rebels, though. I fought Derek, and I played the B-Wing, and I played...
B-Wing's fucking great.
I played a B-Wing, and I played an X-Wing, but hot damn, the B-Wing is so tough. I also got, like, really good rolls. I, like, whacked fucking dudes left and right.
Nice.
I was like, goodbye, son. It was harsh. It was harsh as fuck. I didn't even get hurt. I took, like, a couple shield points of damage. It was amazing. So well-thought-out strategy and a bit of luck. That'll carry you very far.
That's true. And some decent die rolls.
And also appropriate advice for magic.
Full circle.
We need to do some Let's Play of some of these board games, though, guys. We could do, like, Pokemon Master Trainer.
So
Or
we can
not.
put
Or
people
not.
to sleep.
Or not.
Besides, people nowadays don't remember that Pokemon used to be good when there was only like 151. Except for like new Pokemon like Torterra, who's that giant fucking turtle with the tree and the river on his back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Looks
I for some reason
fucking
I was like, it looks
amazing.
like a tortilla, right? Like, I don't know, you said Torterra. and I'm just
Torterra
like,
was
he's
the
just
direct,
like
was the thing I was like directly going, I'm gonna steal that for Dwarf Game. That was the exact thing. Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be fucking amazing! I would ride on that thing all the time.
Well,
and shoot from its back.
It's too bad it's dead now.
What?
It was in Dwarf Game. That Tokumashi, the freaking thing that
Who fucking killed it?
it died when you.
Derek. It was Derek. It's all
It died
Derek's fault.
when you guys killed that demon boss.
The demon boss?
Was it the demon?
No, but
We killed the demon to save it. And then it was just like, you've done your job. Unless it was the demon, and then I don't want to ride it.
The demon boss had the same power that all the other things had in that place, and so okay, that's a long explanation.
So we killed the demon, and then the power that the demon was holding redispersed and went back into these entities, and they were able to like thrive and have life again.
Yeah, but at the cost of the rest of the things, at the cost of the rest of the spirits that are now there. So like the Tanuki's gone, and so
Good, that guy was a dick.
So yeah, so like the Tanuki's so
He wasn't that much of a dick.
so now it's just
So we lost that fucking turtle before we even
turtle.
had a chance.
the turtle's gone.
We had fuck Derek and all his Japanese bullshit.
Man, we gotta actually have a podcast that just explains all these fucking references to these D&D games we're playing that no one knows that about.
Yeah,
That's true. It would like. Well, I mean, they'll get kind
Actually,
of.
we should just podcast the D&D games.
Let's play a D&D.
They'll get
perfect.
Oh, we should do that for Dwarf Game at some point.
That would be
But
amazing.
They'll get a peek into it when I start doing Blaine stories. So, and that'll be a good kind of setup for it.
It'll be like a nice little intro to build up the lore and everything we have going on.
That's true.
Kind of world setting.
But anyway, thanks for joining us, and remember.
Is it Guildgate?
Is it Guildgate? I don't fucking know. No one will know. It's like spam.